Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Justin Tyler. I used to be known as Trisha Maravella. I'm a transgender satanic priest, and I have been doing some magic lately and having some spiritual experiences myself. I'm doing this video to help you guys understand, besides like all the ghost species stuff and exposing Facebook and the government, there are evil energies that have been attacking humans for years, and I have, had my set of nightmares myself, and this past year has been very interesting in trying to find methods in getting rid of psychic attacks and being paralyzed in my sleep, waking up and not being able to move. So if this kind of stuff is happening to you, you're having constant nightmares, depression, you don't have to believe anything that I have to say, but there are gray aliens and these things called reptilians that do attack people. I was hindered a lot when I was younger. I was a victim of rape as a child, and luckily I didn't remember all of it growing up, and went through therapy, got counseling and stuff, and grew up in foster care. And my main interest was magic, and so I found Wicca and everything, and this is to reach out to all of humans, whether you're Christian, pagan, or Satanist. The main symbols that have been actually protecting me from grays and dark energies is the upside down cross, and doing magic with Thor and Odin, giving them offering. I let them into my mind, my heart, and my soul, and their symbols as well. The awe symbol, it's a giant circle that has forks all the way around it, and their other symbols of protection do work. And I just wanted everybody to know that, just please test it out yourself. I know when I was a Christian, I would say Jesus and things would stop, but they would come back like sevenfold. I tried to do magic with the archangels, Michael, and it didn't work. It wasn't effective enough to actually cleanse my mind. The dark energies kept coming back, and your forehead, that's how they latch on, in the back of your neck where that little dip is, behind your ears and your chest. They like to latch on to people, make you depressed, cause you to feel gross, it's a hard subject to talk about, because they try to say, oh, you're schizophrenic, or you're suffering from schizophrenia because you believe something's talking to you, or you feel like there's something there that isn't. You need to just go pray. That's not true. It's not true at all. You're not crazy. It's a good practice. Try it yourself. You could pray as much as you want, put symbols all around your home, on your window. You could do this with oil. It didn't work for me as a Christian at all. It got 10 times worse. It was almost like the Vatican religion is actually protecting and conjuring these entities. And over a year, that's when I became an atheist, a spiritual atheist. That's the base of my religion. And then I practice magic, so technically I'm a high priestess, because I can understand that I'm my own God. I create myself. My body is my temple, but that's what they want. They want to hinder you, to try to eject you from your body. They want you to feel like you're insane. And I know there's people that see things that they think is just a coincidence, where you're going through this really traumatic time or something, and you start to see people from your past, but they're not that person. Like, they're called doppelgangers. They are a clone of a person that you used to know, and they're trying to do an experiment on you to see what your emotions are towards that situation. This happened to me like 3 times when I was younger, and when I was in foster care, these foster parents separated me from my little brother. And in the foster home that I was at in Deer Park, they moved me up to the South Hill, so that was quite the distance from my brother. Couldn't have contact with him. I got depressed and suicidal because of this huge separation that could have been avoided by the state doing their job, and just getting us counseling so that we could have a normal relationship. And I had like 11 other siblings that this never happened with, because they don't want to do their job. They don't want to reunite brothers and sisters because they don't want kids to have compassion. They want them to feel helpless and get pushed out into society after 18, not knowing how to get a job, how to cook, how to clean, how to manage their lives with a firm foundation and a set belief system. So please like and watch my videos. I will be talking about other things as well to help your belief system, and know that you do not need to worry about the world around you. But the situation with my brother is that, he was being held hostage by a family that they claimed that he was autistic and all this other stuff. Well, they put him on medications, and they were not consistent at all. They were supposed to wean him off. They were mentally abusive. And when I channeled Yeshua and asked him about everything, he was using my kids as an example. And when I raised my voice at them, he was like, stop. And he put me back into that situation. This happened when I was with my ex. We were out in a trailer. Anyways, Yeshua said, you're breaking them. That's how deeply compassionate he is. He's like, he knew that I did not fathom the fact that they had been I was inconsistent. He was helping to heal me. When I snapped at them, they had the same reaction that my little brother was having. It's called extreme guilt. The parents who get overwhelmed don't know that they're doing this to their kids. You have to remember that children's brains are not fully developed until they're like 18. So when you're parenting and they're learning that situation, when they do something wrong, if they take it to heart all the time and you're constantly yelling at them, they're going to reject themselves. They're going to suffer from PTSD and possibly panic attacks in public because that rejection is coming from home. So I did channel him for 2 weeks, and he helped me to really deeply, compassionately understand that TV is evil. Like the waves, there's microwaves coming out of, we got the internet technology, so you've got TV, internet, there's low vibrational waves that come out of those that will cause people to become depressed and irritable, even your cell phone, because human beings, it's not that we're not supposed to be around technology, it's that it's not natural. And this stuff comes from power lines, it comes from buildings. So you got to be out in nature, you really got to connect to the earth. But it took a good year for me to realize that foster family that had my little brother, they put him on medications to control him. So after I was separated from him, they put me in a foster home that had this foster mother who had a twin sister. She took me over to this house, and we walked in, and they're like, oh, this is your new foster cousin. It was my little brother, Adrian. I was like, and I couldn't tell anybody about anything. I thought that I was like this was some kind of a joke. And he was autistic too, the same age, and he was even watching SpongeBob like my little brother would. I was like, is this some alien experiment being done on me? Like, I was crying on the inside, and I stopped. After we left, I did a puzzle with him, but after we left, I told my foster mom, we got pictures and put them up next to each other, and she's like, oh my God. Like, it was like a miracle, but what was happening to me psychologically caused me to run away, because I contacted my CPS caseworker, and she's like, your little brother doesn't want to see you. You were mean to him at your foster home. I was like, that was like 3 years ago, and I just want to say hi, see if I could have a lunch with him or something. I was only 13 years old. And I swear, it was the gray aliens. Like, they've been watching me, and they do this to certain people that have a spark inside of them. And I want to urge people to really look into this. When you see doppelgangers, clones of people that you are not, like, supposed to be around because of some kind of government control, it's because they want you to go insane. But it's because they know you have a soul. You have compassion. They want you to lose the light inside of you, to become a zombie just like everybody else, so that they could use you for their machine. And the machine is that when people lose their souls, and like what I've been talking about, having protective symbols, I didn't know about this back then, you know? I'm 30 now, and, you know, my little brother, he's out there doing his own thing, but they want people to lose their minds, lose their faith in themselves, and not be able to comprehend how to take accountability of the things that you do wrong before you judge other people, so that they can turn you into an animal. They want you to be a bully. They want you to be evil. And they don't want you to know that you have the capability of forgiving yourself for the things that you do wrong as a human, so that you could actually move past it. When I was a Christian and I asked Jesus for forgiveness, it would last maybe a week or so, and then all of a sudden I was a bee again. Like, I was, the B word again, because I would go back, become irrelevant of something in the past, and use it against my own family to feel better about myself. This is narcissism, and that is what the Christian religion is teaching. They don't want you to wake up. We're all like Alice in Wonderland, wondering what's the truth? What are we doing with our lives? Like, just constantly follow until something falls out of the air. Like, who's going to come back and save us? Is Jesus going to come back and save us, or are you going to save you from yourself and the damnation that's happened in your life and all the enemies around you, your kids, and your family? You want them to take everything you have? You want to put your trust in other people because they say, oh, we have the light in the way, we have Jesus in our hearts, and then all of a sudden you find out they're a hypocrite? It's because it's a false religion. It is being used as a weapon. Like, you even look at the stars on TV. They're hypocrites. They are flashing Satanism when they call themselves Christian, because they want to blaspheme both Christianity and Satanism and make you afraid of your own power. Magic is another subject. So, off the subject of the aliens, the symbols of protection are the upside down cross. You could wear it on you, draw it on you. I've had friends who were, spiritually raped in dreams and held captive by gray aliens that took their baby out of their belly. Like, this is nightmares. Like, it didn't happen in the physical, but it was so traumatizing that they thought it did. They thought they were abducted and taken into a ship. They're not. They cannot. The gray aliens, and this is going to be for another video, the gray aliens are parasites. They come from another realm and have infected our planet and actually come from the earth. They're coming from the ground, and they help the government get information. And if you don't believe me, then, you're going to have to do an experiment yourself. Sit back, watch the world around you, listen. And it's interesting, we do have angels with us. They're not angels from heaven with big poofy bird wings. That was taken from the Nordic religion. They stole that back when they pillaged the pagans and burned all the witches on sticks. Anyways, the alien situation. When that happens, coincidences happen. You have your ancestors who have passed that are in the astral realm, stuck there with the Pleiadians. They're watching over you and guiding you. They want you to be a good person and stay safe. But it's an unfortunate situation that we were actually supposed to have a spiritual atheist government given to us by higher powers. So if everybody's waiting for the rapture right now because you're Christian, you don't know what else to do, just remember that within this time, being that it is the end times and they're trying to legalize pedophilia, that you have to focus on what really matters first. You have to focus on your family, yourself, bettering yourself, because if you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of your family? If you can't learn to take accountability for your own actions and learn to forgive yourself compassionately, how are you going to be able to move on and actually grow? You're not going to be, because you're dependent. And I want you to know that you are not a sheep. Whether you decide if you're going to be a Wiccan, if you decide you're going to be a Satanist, an atheistic Satanist, you could be a theistic Satanist. But remember, you matter. No matter what anybody else says. Even the bullies at your high school, they were taught to be bullies by their parents. Like, we are suffering from spiritual blindness because of negligence. Our ancestors who were supposed to come back and educate us everything that I'm telling you now, God is not real. We created God to help us, to help guide us on our planet. And you should know, even as a Christian, if you dabble in magic a little bit, you're not bad. You're not evil. And demons are not out to get you. What we know as demons and taught by Christianity is that demons to Christians are actually the gray aliens and the reptilians that are harboring bodies and leading the government. You don't have to believe this, but that's why there's so much pedophilia and why they expose themselves, like the Queen of England and the Pope. The Vatican, that's a giant alien implanted government that's been here since ancient Babylon, and they created the Talmud. The Talmud is child enslavement, and what they did to let in the grays and let in the reptilians that feed off of us and cause depression and self-doubt and hate and every, the 7 deadly sins, that negative aspect of those things were created by the ancient Babylonian Pharisees who were pedophiles. And they even have a book that exposed themselves. And they disguised themselves as the people in power. You guys could look it up yourselves. I'll do another video later, but everybody have a great day. Have a safe day. Please remember those symbols can help you. Put them above your bed, your front door, over every window. The Viking religion, the satanic religion is going to save the world. It will save you. You don't even have to believe in Satan to wear his pendant. And he loves you. He's a thought form that we created, just like the horn god. He is just like him. He's in everything. He's in the water. He's in the plants, the sun, the moon, and in your heart. And he does not want you to falter and fall to your knees and believe that you are a sheep. You are a beautiful creation. You are a human being. You have a soul, you have a mind, and that's where your soul begins. It's up here. You are your mind. You create yourself. And don't let them take the light from you. The light inside you is your heart and your mind. Don't let them take that like they tried to take from my brother. You guys have a